there girls and guys of YouTube. It's really sunny today. I'm sort of blinded. I'll have to talk like this. I don't really have much to say today. Only that even though it's really nice and sunny, it is still really cold. I've still got my big jumper on and my really cool shirt. Right, okay. Moomins. Some Moomin t-shirt to go with my Moomin tattoo. I love Moomins. I love Moomins followed by, I did remember but I forgot, Wombles. Wombles. Moomins and Wombles. I need to get a Womble tattoo actually. Today I just wanted to say I watched a film last night and I know it's been out for ages. The TV's probably too loud, hold on. That's better. I watched Despicable Me last night for the first time. I know it's been out for ages, but I never saw it, so I expressed an interest to the boyfriend the other day in watching Despicable Me, and we did, and I pretty much bursted with how much cuteness there was on that. And there is one part on there that reminds me of myself, and it instantly reminded the boyfriend of myself as well, because when it came on he just cracked up laughing. And that's when I think her name's Agnes or something like that, the little girl with the hair that sticks up like that, and she gets a cuddly toy unicorn and she goes, "Oh, it's so fluffy!" And it just reminded him of me, apparently. So another thing I wanted to say is I apologise for how long my last video was. I don't have any editing stuff. It's so confusing. Like I have a laptop which is my boyfriend's laptop, and he's used it for nothing apart from his college work. I think it's college work. He does it online, so instead of going to actual college. But I don't really want to download anything onto that because I don't want to ruin his work. And then I've got my iPad, which is, where's it gone? Oh, it's a pad like that, and it's got loads of fingerprints on it. And it slides up like that, and yes, I am currently on Facebook. And I wanted to find a trimmer or something that would let me, I really don't know how to describe it apart from this way. I can get a video trimmer that would trim down my videos from start to finish, and then I would only end up with a bit in the middle, which I don't want. I want something that would go sort of outwards and get rid of like a middle bit to another certain point and then keep the end bits and then put them together. But I don't know how to do that because all I can do is trim from start to finish, and I don't want to get rid of the start and the finish if there's something in the middle that I want to take out. So I haven't been able to find anything on my iPad that will let me do that, and I can probably get something on a laptop, but I can't, and the sun's going in. I'm not so blinded anymore. But yeah, that's all I pretty much wanted to talk about, was Despicable Me and not being able to edit pictures. And I'm going to show you outside. The window's a little bit on the dirty side. Many apologies. Look at that. Really nice blue skies. Blue skies and sunshine. So, yeah. Yes, it would be really helpful if I had a camera, or at least a tripod for this camera, because this camera isn't too bad really. Maybe, actually, I wonder, anybody out there who is watching this, do you know if I could maybe cut bits out on an actual recorder instead of having to do it online? I'm not 100% sure how these things work, but do I do 2 videos in one here, or do I leave this till another day? think I'll do it now. So, on to my next video. I'm going to talk about my piercings. Not that they're really that interesting. I will try and do them in chronological order. I will also talk about ones that I have taken out. The first one I had done was my lip, and that was about 5 years ago, I think. I walked into the piercers and I was a little bit naive. I thought that you had to book an appointment. Turns out you don't for piercings. So I toddled on in and said I would like my lip done, and the woman said, sure, come on in. And I'm like, what? Now? Are you joking? I have not prepared myself for this. So my best friend pretty much kicked me up the bum and told me to get my ass in there and have it done. So I had it done, and I've had it done ever since. And I can honestly say I will probably not take this out for a really long time, because it sort of resembles me getting over my fear of having something done and just going, doing it, and it didn't really hurt. I've completely forgotten what the pain was like. Next was my belly button. I think I had done, did I? I can't remember. I'm just going to say that I had my belly button done next. So I had my belly button done next. My friend's sister's friend did it for me at his house, and I distinctly remember watching Family Guy whilst having my belly button pierced. And that one only lasted a couple of weeks anyway, because it kept catching on everything, and I thought it's not worth it, so I took it out. Next I had my septum done, and in a way I regret having it done, and I also regret taking it out. I got massive lighting going on down through here. Yeah, I regret taking it out in a sense that now that I've taken it out, it really hurts sometimes, and you can feel it. You can, I don't know, sometimes it's really sore, and sometimes it's fine. I have a little lump there now, and I also wish I hadn't taken it out, because I wouldn't mind having it done again. And the sun's coming back, so I'm gonna go back to here where I have a line down my face. I don't care. I regret taking it out in the sense that I want it done again, but I don't want to have a piercing redone, so I'm just gonna leave it. Because when I went in to get my conch pierced, I said to the piercer that I was thinking of getting my septum redone, and he just kind of went, what? Which kind of made me think maybe I shouldn't, maybe it really hurts to get it re-pierced. So I'm not going to do that, although I do miss it. Next was the next I had my tragus done, and everybody, you know, I got to the point where I would look up all of my piercings before getting them done, and people had said that the tragus was a really painful piercing because it was going through cartilage, and that you would hear a popping noise, and I'm there thinking, well, I'm pretty much deaf anyhow, so it doesn't matter. So I went and sat down and had it done, and it didn't hurt as much as I thought it was going to. So yeah, I had no problems with that one. And then I had the side of my nose done, which was the most painful piercing I have ever had, personally. When I got it pierced, I cried. I screamed. Well, I didn't scream, I just went, ah, fuck, what, ah, and then I cried. And the piercer told me that I was really weird, because apparently most people cry at having their septum done and are fine with that, and I was fine with that and cried at that. So apparently I am backwards in my pain threshold. But yeah, I wasn't really aiming on taking that one out. I don't have it done anymore, but I do have like a little scar there. I didn't really intend on taking it out. I was doing my makeup one day, went like that, and my piercing went, flew out, and I had to go to college. And there was no way I had time to look for it and go to college, so I thought hopefully it will still have a hole there when I come back. And I only had it done for like 2 months at least, and I came back and I found it and I cleaned it and I washed the piercing and everything, and I could not get it back in for the life of me. So I had to take that out, although I would really like it redone, but if the septum's gonna hurt a lot, I'm not gonna put myself through getting the side of my nose done again. After that was the top of my ear. That one was fairly simple, no problems yet again with cleaning or healing or anything. I think the only ones I've ever had problems with are my septum and my conch, which is my latest addition. I'm still having a few problems with this one. It has been better since using the TCP, but it might have just been better anyway. I don't know. I don't know whether my ears and my nose are more sensitive because I used TCP on my septum. I'm gonna go back and rephrase that by saying I've used pretty much TCP on all of my piercings. I used TCP on my lip. Oh, I forgot my tongue. Before having my conch and before having the top of my ear, pardon me, I had my tongue done. And yeah, again, no problems. Funny story actually, my mum really didn't want me to get my tongue done, and she said we've got roast dinners tonight, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll be fine. So I went and had my tongue done, and I came out being able to talk properly, being able to do things properly, and I thought, oh, you know, having your tongue done isn't really that much of a big deal. So I went to Burger King, and I tried to eat a chip, because all I wanted was some chips and a drink, and Burger King was the closest thing there, so I went in and got some chips and a drink, and I could not for the life of me suck the drink through the straw because my tongue started swelling up, and then I couldn't eat. And I don't know if anyone's seen Little Nicky, but I started looking like Little Nicky when he tries to get the chicken wing down his throat, and he was like, yeah, chew, now swallow, and I was there like, blah, blah, blah. That was a sexy face. Back to that, what did I use on my tongue? I used mouthwash and whiskey for my tongue. With everything else I have used TCP. On my nose, it started to erode away some of my skin, and I don't know whether it's because that bit has a really thin bit of skin, but it started to erode away some of my nose, so I went back to using salt water for my nose, I think. And obviously it healed up and everything. With this one, I'm not entirely sure what the problem is. The piercer didn't have a swell bar, so we put an ordinary bar in. Maybe that's what part of the problem is. And then I've just recently started using TCP, and I've noticed that some skin on the back of my ear is coming off. So whether I need to dilute the TCP, because I am using it plain, so whether I need to dilute the TCP with hot water and then use it, I don't know, but I'm going to try it for the rest of the week with neat TCP, and then if it still hurts and is a pain in the bum, I will try it heated and see how it goes. And I think that's it with my piercings. I'm not going to show you my back tattoo because that means I have to get my rolls of fat out, which I am not doing, and I know the boyfriend is going to see this and he's going to say, oh, you're not fat, but I'm just saying it for comedy purposes, so in relation to that, I am awfully sorry I cannot cut any bits out of my video. I can try pausing things. It's like I can pause this and then be back later on, but the fact is it takes too much time to try and stabilize the camera and keep the camera still while I pause it and then unpausing it. So it would really help. I don't know whether, like, this is gonna sound really weird, but I know that most people edit out their pictures and edit out frames of their pictures, which unfortunately I can't do, but I've just had a really weird thought of what happens if your camera came with a remote control and you could pause it via the remote control. That would be so much better, and I'm really sorry that this video has gone on for like 15 minutes again. I need to start trying to do shorter videos. So I'm going to leave it here. Me and the boyfriend had a really nice night last night. We laid in bed and I pulled back the blinds and it was a really clear sky, and I fell asleep looking at the twinkly stars. Oh, how romantic. And yeah, the only problem with that was I really wanted to see a shooting star, and I believe I did, but the only problem is you'll be looking somewhere and it would just go in a completely opposite direction of where you're looking, and therefore you're like, was that a shooting star? Was that just my eyes? I don't know. So in that respect, yes, it was. I'm not entirely sure if I saw a shooting star or not. And the sky is really pretty. Wait a minute, guys. Look. Ooh. I believe the video paused on me. I don't know when, and I don't know why, and I don't know how much of the sky you saw, but it was really pretty. There we go. I'll show you again. Really pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I don't know if you've already seen that. And, see, this is what I mean. I just wish I had a camera that came with a remote control so I can switch to front screen or back screen or whichever screen. Nah. And I don't know what's going to be upside down and what's going to be the right way and what's going to be sideways. So yes, I'm going to say goodbye, and yeah, you are still recording, sorry. I had a complete mental blip again. So yeah. Subscribe, comment, everything else, and shit. I'm sorry that it's such a long video again. Unfortunately, I can't cut things out of it, which sucks. So, yeah, goodbye. Ciao, ciao, ciao.